Who's next? John in Gainesville, Florida. I'm glad you called, sir. Great to have you on Open Line Friday.
Hey, Russ. Just wanted to tell you about an hour's worth of story in 30 seconds here. I could write a book on this, how I basically came from just being a default liberal, like I like to say to people, just being awakening to the truth.
You were a default liberal.
Yeah, it's just something that you don't set out and say you're a liberal. Just literally you have 3 out of 4 networks that are liberal.
Yeah.
And you don't know better than to challenge. I mean, literally all they talk about is Rush Limbaugh is racist, he's sexist, he's this. I mean, you get all this. You're literally taught from day one from these networks. Republicans are bad.
Right.
They're all greedy old white men.
But you don't even really think of yourself as liberal. You're just what's normal. You're just what in everybody else, these conservatives are a bunch of extremists.
But you're automatically lumped into the liberal category because they're going to grab anybody they want to.
Right.
So you're just, by default, I equate a liberal to being colorblind, and when one day you wake up and you're not colorblind, you realize if you're really conservative, you just didn't know it. I was working in a union for a sheet metal worker for 5 years, went through the whole program, and this union that was supposed to be protecting me, and this is how it all came to be about, was supposed to be protecting me. They're supposed to be there for your rights. Literally a $20 an hour package is what they call it. I'm supposed to be paid $20 an hour for each hour that I work for each job. I literally never made a check working 40 hours over $400. You can do the math on that.
So you got paid $10 an hour instead of the 20.
Exactly. The union was getting everything. They're a small form of government. I got laid off 3 times.
Oh, you mean you were paid the 20, but they deducted 10?
Yes.
Oh, and then the government took their 10 or took their share out of the. Oh.
Yeah, that's gross. Now that's before they get their share first, and then the government gets their share.
Wow.
So here, and the synopsis of my whole story is, I literally was forced out of the union because of lack of work, and they're all government jobs, mind you. That's the only reason. Every job we ever worked on was schools, military.
Yeah.
Stuff I'm realizing now that I'm out on my own business. I literally, after being laid off the 3rd time, I told my wife, I said, I'm sick of it. I don't want to be one of the statistics, so let's just start my own business. I figured cut grass, because that's what I did in high school. I literally had to get, I'm in Gainesville, Florida, I had to get 6 licenses to cut grass. We literally sold our TVs, our computers, everything. She literally hawked off a ring so I could buy $3,000 worth of equipment so I wouldn't be push mowing a 20-acre lot. And here we are, and that's how I started listening to talk radio, started listening to you. And I didn't search you out. You literally just happened to be the only station that will come in clear here on 97.3 The Sky in Gainesville. And that's how I started listening. And I started listening, and I was literally listening with the aspect of, I'm going to catch how racist you are, how sexist you are, how this you are. And I started realizing you weren't saying anything that wasn't true. I wasn't even a fan of yours. I like to call myself just an average American that's not stupid, because a lot of people write off liberals as stupid. I don't consider myself to be stupid. I just consider myself to be colorblind, and all of a sudden I wake up one day and you see the whole picture because you're not colorblind anymore.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at now. We're literally been 7 months into starting my own business. And let me make one other point here real quickly is poor people aren't paying to get their grass cut. These greedy old white men that own their own business, they've been the biggest encouragement to me. They're the one, as a matter of fact, Rush, I'm telling you this.
How long did it take you, how long did it take you to figure that out, John, that poor people don't pay to get
1 month. The people who do manage to get somebody else to pay for their lawn for them, who are on government assistance, they're the hardest customers you can't please. Liberals don't even get along with each other. Half the liberals you talk to, they don't agree with homosexuality, or they don't agree with abortion. There's all self-interest. And what you realize is conservatism is about America's interest. I'm sorry, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm realizing I've been asleep at the wheel all my life, and I'm probably saying stuff that's redundant to y'all, but it's just amazing how many people are just asleep at the wheel because literally, if they didn't have the media on their side, these elections wouldn't be close.
Let me tell you something. This is not redundant. We love hearing these kinds of stories of self-realization. We love hearing it. You have, and your magic word there was truth. That's what you stumbled across. And it's opened a whole new world for you. It sounds like you sound.
The government has been doing nothing. It's been in spite of the government. The government.
Well, how's your landscaping business doing? How old is it? How long have you been doing it?
7 months, and I'm not joking. We literally had to scrape up $75. We sold, like I said, we sold everything we could sell, and literally scratched up enough money to buy an ad in the newspaper, which you have to do, by the way, to get a license here. And $75, I literally just put an ad, average lawn $25, and that got the phone ringing. And people, all they see is that you're willing to work, you show up on time, do what you say you're going to do. You're not coming there with piercings all in you. I mean, you just look like a trustworthy person. And let me tell you, in spite of the government, in spite of everything I had to go through, I'm literally within 2 months I was making more than I was ever working and busting my tail. Now, you know as well as I do, it's a 24/7 business.
Yeah.
Everybody always thinks you get to go in there and make your own hours.
Everybody who loves their job, it's basically 24/7 because it's not really work. I mean, it is, and you need a break from it now and then, but if it's something you love or something you're committed to, you don't look at it as 24. It's just what it is. You know, I'd love to be able to help you here. I've got, usual stash here of iPads and computers. I don't know how any of that would help you, but if you just like to have one, I would love to give you a signature engraved iPad.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you could sell that for a couple $100.
No, one of the investments I made my third month in business was an iPhone to help my business out. We literally got rid of our internet at the home and chose to do this because we literally sold everything. My wife literally had to get that back out of Hawk.
Well, I'll tell you what, people love hearing because that's what you do. If it's you did what was necessary.
Government wasn't there.
You did what was. So look, John, hang on here a minute. Mr. Snerdley will get the address and we'll send you an iPad. He'll get the kind of color you want and all that kind of stuff from you. But I really honored to have you in this audience. You're a great way to get close to the end of the day here, and we wish you all the best. Stick with it, man. Country needs people like you.